Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an NBA champion, but I'm going to argue why the Clippers did the right thing in trading him away. An NBA blockbuster trade that did not include the Lakers actually impacts the Lakers. And UCLA football thinks defense for the recruiting class of 2026. Good morning, or I should say good afternoon. I'm James, and this is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos afternoon report because I got hurt at work. I couldn't broadcast up in Portland. It's June 23rd, 2025. Welcome back to the Sanctum Sanctorum of LA sports. Hey, do you like being in the know about LA? Well, if you do, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, quick look at the scoreboard. Dodgers 13, Washington 7. You know, football coaches, they used to say the biggest improvement you make is between the first and second game of the season. Shohei Ohtani's second start as a pitcher this season was a dramatic leap forward from the first. Now, he only pitched an inning this time again, but he struck out 2, and that followed up. He goes to the plate, he triples, he homers. This is exactly what the Dodgers paid $700 million for, as if they weren't already making that money back in spades. By the way, the Dodger magic number drops to 81, and there are no games involving LA teams today. So do yourself a favor. Let's not watch too much of the news, right? But for news we should watch, again, LA sports. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's in the prime of his life. He just earned his first NBA title with Oklahoma City, bringing an MVP trophy for the finals to the Midwest Manure Pit as well. And yes, I do realize it is super duper easy to clown the Clippers for that disastrous Paul George trade a few years back. I get it, because the Clippers gave back Gilgeous-Alexander plus enough draft picks to keep the Thunder in contention for years. But when you look under the hood, and I'm not talking about the basketball court, I am okay with that. Because to Shai's credit, he kept his mouth shut instead of clowning the Clippers as he reached for the ring. He had every right to talk trash. I get it. The Clippers blew the trade. But the scribes, of course, they need somebody to crap on LA. They needed somebody to crap on the Clippers. So they stuck a mic in front of his dad, who is not nearly as classy as his son. When you have a guy living vicariously through his athlete kid, it's very tempting to call him a little league dad. But when you hear this guy talk, you don't want him anywhere around children either. The guy is a creep. This is what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander snuck in while he was talking about his son. Quote, like obviously you get traded out of a place that you're relaxed and you're comfortable in. It's LA, the weather is hot, you got girls, everything. We be loving it, right? But then after a while, you start to think what's going on in LA? What's going on in LA? Yeah, you like it. It's hot girls, all that. But really and truly, bro, they're not letting you be you. They tried to bring in Shai in slowly because he was a rookie. When I was like, bro, you know me, I was like, yo, let him play right away. He ready now. Look what he did in Kentucky. Stop this. He's a point guard. Patrick Beverley is not a point guard. Avery Bradley is not a point guard. Lou Williams is not a point guard. Who's your point guard on the team? No, tell me, Doc, who is your point guard? Unquote. Now, I understand that when Little League parents claim that they know more about basketball than one of the most respected coaches in the NBA, it's irritating. But let's focus on the big picture. It's not, why wasn't he playing point guard for the Clippers? It's, why is your 55-year-old dad chasing after junior college tail across LA? Do we really want that? Von Alexander has an unsettling obsession with girls for a 55-year-old man. LA got girls. We be loving it. What's this we, my dude? I mean, my gosh, it sounds like you're chasing after your son's hand-me-downs. It's like, hey, bruh, when you're finished, why not give your old man a few minutes? That doesn't make your skin crawl, does it? And by the way, Vaughn, in case you didn't realize it, your son is actually married. So no, he shouldn't be chasing girls, nor should he be trying to set you up with girls. He's your son, not your wingman, you creep. But that's not all. Shai's dad speaks at length about fertilizing the nation to breed a master race of NBA prospects. Quote, just give me your girl and I'll breed her. Guarantee you, if she has my genes, he'll be a effing great player, unquote. It's a human being, not a horse that you're trying to reproduce for the Kentucky Derby, dude. So I want to say this sincerely to all Clipper fans. I know it stings not to have an NBA title. I also understand that it stings to give away a player that won an NBA title and was an NBA Finals MVP. But when you consider the alternative of Von Alexander turning into Captain Creepo on a nightly basis on the streets of SoCal, this trade, while disastrous in the win-loss column, it's still for the greater good. LA does not need any more men in their 50s trolling for barely legal chicks on Sunset Boulevard with a fistful of Viagra and 2 Clipper tickets. And by the way, I say that having been one of those guys when I was in my 40s. My creepiness level dropped by a factor of 10 after I got married. There comes a time when you gotta grow up, bruh. Thank you for doing the greater good, Clippers. Yesterday, Phoenix sent Kevin Durant in a trade to Houston. Now, it's a blockbuster, made all the news, but it matters to the Lakers even though they had nothing to do with it. And this is not because Magic Johnson begged Rob Pelinka to go after Kevin Durant. The Lakers are about to undergo new ownership anyway. Normally, teams that are in a process of a sale, they don't make blockbuster moves. But where it matters to the Lakers is that the Suns now have this massive void at center. Okay? And it's more than a void. It's more like an abyss. It's more like the plot line of Pacific Rim. You go down in that big machine, and then next thing you know, the Phoenix Suns are in there. Anyway, Phoenix also has the 10th overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft, which means that if they decide to trade for a center, they have better capital to utilize than the Lakers do. In other words, the Lakers will easily be in a bidding war anytime they want to try to upgrade at center, which they desperately need. So that's a problem. UCLA football continues its furious rally in high school recruiting by adding 2 more players on defense to the recruiting class of 2026. Safety Madden Soleil of Hawaii and his cousin Malachi is a linebacker. Both of them have pledged. UCLA now has 21 commits to the class of 2026. And while we are months from National Signing Day, the Bruins are currently ranked top 10 for recruiting. 2 Dodger pitchers made rehab appearances in the minors Sunday. Tyler Glasnow threw over in the Midwest Manure Pit. That would be before the NBA Finals game took place. Glasnow's been out since late April with shoulder inflammation. Reliever Luis Garcia and his bulky groin went to the Inland Empire to pitch for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. I will let you decide which road trip was worse. Rancho Cucamonga, Oklahoma City. Tomato, tomato. Also with the Dodgers, I truly hope this is the last time I have to bring this topic up because, again, this is not a political channel. I don't want to talk politics. But if you recall, just a couple of days ago, I was mentioning how the Dodgers, how they were getting all this flack because they weren't standing up to the man as much as the political activists want. And I was telling you guys, political activists are never, ever satisfied until you give them complete compliance. And then they'll drag you through the mud anyway. It is never enough, whether it's people who are hardcore Trump or people who are hardcore left. Never satisfied. They're not interested in anything other than your absolute complete obedience. So, how did political activists act in the face of the Dodgers not having ice in the parking lot last week? Well, full-time activist and part-time useless LA Times sports writer Dylan Hernandez accused them of bowing to Trump. An LA councilwoman said ICE did not go to Dodger Stadium. Didn't matter. Oh, the Dodgers, they're just MAGA. What the hell makes anybody think the Dodgers are MAGA? Secondly, both columnists and activists spat on the Dodger donation to help families that were impacted by the raids. Said one writer, the Dodgers want to shut you up. Okay, so let's put all this in a blender. The Dodgers didn't have ice in the parking lot, according to an LA City councilwoman. Then people complained. Then the Dodgers cut a check, and it's still not enough. So, activists decided to take the fight to the Dodgers. And I told you guys it's not going to work. How do we know it's not going to work? Because they tried to protest outside the stadium Saturday night, and the Dodgers had their largest crowd of the year. Ice Cube bobblehead night, boycott the Dodgers. Decisions. They went for Ice Cube bobblehead night. So to repeat, not trying to tell you what to think when it comes to Trump, when it comes to ICE, when it comes to Karen Bass, when it comes to Gavin Newsom. I might crack a joke or two, but I'm not trying to tell you how to vote. But to repeat, Angelenos welcome immigrants. Angelenos love the Dodgers. So to the activists out there, it's not working. Pick another fight. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about how relieved you are that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's dad is not trying to chase down your kids or your girlfriend. For that matter, do you think the Lakers are kind of in a little bit of trouble when it comes to finding a center in the trade market? And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We talk LA sports every single day, and sometimes a little later than others. But thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Corte El Queso production. Take care.